A small-town pub with a dark and twisted history. And an evil lodger, fated to stalk its corridors. Tonight on Haunting Australia,
What the
the North Kapunda Hotel, reportedly the most haunted pub in Australia.
I am looking down an empty hallway and listening to someone walk down it right now.
With 3 levels of fear on tap.
Can you move the bottles again for me?
And one investigator who may not make it out.
No, get him out, get him out, get him out.
Another chilling challenge for the Haunting Australia team. From the UK, psychic bad boy Ian Lawman, medium and ordained exorcist. And old school supernatural sleuth Ray Jordan. From India, ghost hunter and metaphysicist Gaurav Tiwari. From Australia, accomplished paranormal researcher Alan Tiller. And medium clairvoyant Raylene Cable. From the US, internationally renowned lead investigator Rob Demarest.
I've been investigating the paranormal for over 20 years. You name it, I've hunted it. And I believe this team has what it takes to find out what's haunting down under.
On the edge of the Barossa Valley, South Australia's renowned winemaking region. Kapunda, population 3,100. Infamous as Australia's most haunted town, and an appropriate home for Haunting Australia investigator Alan Tiller, who, when not toying with ghost hunting gear, loves to peel off some riffs on his guitar.
Hey guys,
Hey
welcome
there.
to Kapunda.
Thank you.
The statue where Alan staged his impromptu gig is a Kapunda icon. It represents the English miners from Cornwall who established Kapunda as Australia's first mining town when copper was discovered in the 1840s. In those days, Kapunda was a boom town with a seedy underbelly, a ragtag mix of miners, drifters and horse traders who ate, drank, slept, and sometimes died at the North Kapunda Hotel. With such checkered history, there are bound to be ghosts. And in this spirit-ridden establishment, they're not afraid to lash out.
Just as I was going back to put the alarm back on, I had to walk past the dining room, somebody grabbed me. And my husband and the guy that was staying upstairs both come running downstairs. They checked right through the whole hotel, and it was locked, and couldn't find anybody or anything here.
Was it the allegedly malevolent pub spirit witnesses report as the Man in Black?
Up in the upstairs rooms, we actually seen a gentleman, a tall gentleman, all dressed in black with a black wide brim hat, walking past the room and then just vanished. There was a bit of an eerie feeling there, a feeling of we shouldn't be where we were, not friendly at all.
As the sun sinks in the sky, our investigators enter the building. The regulars head home for the night. And with lights out, the pub is plunged into darkness. CCTV cameras have been rigged to keep watch on its empty bars and lounges, as well as the spooky, unused areas of the hotel. They all lead back to Surveillance Central, set up behind the pub. Our investigators are ready for a big night out. Let the ghostly games begin. First, to tackle the hotel's haunted spaces are mediums Raylene Cable and Ian Lawman.
I've been looking forward to going into a pub in Australia ever since I've arrived, not to drink, but to investigate. And this one looks really, really spooky, and I'm getting vibes already. Not so good vibes, some quite negative things, I must say.
Gorav and Ray keep watch at Surveillance Central.
How do you feel when you first walk in? It's a bit like that, isn't it? I don't know what the night's going to hold. I already feel something's happening. My stomach's got butterflies.
While Ian heads upstairs, Raylene descends into the dingy basement.
I'm now going down to the cellar area. Hello? If there's anyone in here, can you please let me know? I felt like there was something everywhere I went. Energy. I just felt someone tapping my hand or touching my finger. I feel like this person's a very big set person. About 6 foot. Got a really strong looking face. He's showing me a visual. Ghost, in my perception of a ghost, is a spirit that is still wandering in a location. If they're very attached to that location, a spirit will often go back to what's familiar. He's showing me that he was a regular here. I feel like he'd done a lot of bad things to others.
During the copper rush, many an unsavoury type boarded upstairs.
It was known as a brothel in its day. Rumours of a couple of deaths up there and even some murders.
As soon as I walk into here, I feel I can hear a child in here, a small child, a young girl, and as soon as I walk into this area, the room next door, I'm aware of what appears to be something really, really negative in here. I was aware of a gentleman who either kept a horse here, stabled his horse here, or was a traveller. And he was with a lady of the night. I feel that I'm a lady of the night, and I feel that I've been really, really throttled. I can see I've been pushed down to this bed. And the man I'm seeing with her is quite a thick-set gentleman. He does seem to have, like, riding boots on. He actually pinned her down and he murdered her.
Disturbed by his vision, Ian shifts his investigation downstairs as Raylene takes on the first floor rooms. Can she shed more light on Ian's dark tale?
This room, to me, is very symbolic of a little girl. I just feel like something may have happened or there may have been a passing in this room. And I'm getting a yes. Who are you? Who's telling me yes? Who's confirming this? Okay. I feel a female here, actually, in this room. I need you to do this for me. The female that's just come from the other room into this room, who's connected with this room as well. And I wonder whether or not it was a mother and a daughter, and I'm getting a yes again.
Ian sensed a lady of the night being murdered and a little girl nearby. Could she have witnessed her mother's murder?
To my left side, I've got a very strong... What the heck?
What looks like an innocent closet door leads to a hidden wing of the hotel and a very uninviting corridor. Ian has heard an unexplained sound downstairs.
There's definitely some kind of noise coming from in here somewhere. I could hear it just plain as anything.
Are there active spirits behind the bar?
The bottles are moving. Can you move the bottles again for me? If you're there and you can hear my voice, can you move the bottles again? Can you make that sound again? Where is that coming from?
After the break, Raylene enters the hallway to hell.
I'm getting scared now.
And later on Haunting Australia, an investigator goes down for the count.
Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out.
In the public bar, Ian has had a ghostly response.
Can you do it twice for me? I did it twice.
It's in this part of the pub that a mysterious patron is reported.
I have been making a coffee at the coffee machine and I have looked up into the mirror to find a person standing behind at the bar. She's got grey hair, she's oldish, and she's got the old black traditional clothing with the white collar, hair up in a bun.
When she investigates, the apparition disappears.
And it was really freaky.
Can you do that again? I can hear the knocks. The knocks are going all over the building. And I know we're in a pub, there's going to be a lot of movement, but it's on command almost.
Perhaps a customer from yesteryear is still waiting to be served? Upstairs, Raylene has entered what looks like the hallway to hell.
The scariest part of the hotel would be upstairs, in the back section.
The back section is a disused boarding house.
Everything is so, old.
Once providing accommodation for gents. But there's nothing gentlemanly about its current occupants.
This area here is just freaky. I just get a very strong sense. It's almost like you're not meant to go there. My knees are shaking. I swear I heard a male voice then. I'm getting scared now. Jeez. I just got a male voice saying, "Don't come in here."
Nerves rattled, Raylene deserts the corridor. She joins Ian at the safety of Surveillance Central. Rob and Alan, intrigued by her discovery, head up to investigate the hallway.
This is one of the creepiest hallways I've ever seen in my entire life. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is a nightmare.
The floorboards are just rotting away and damaged. Like it's really, really quite bad. It's very dirty and dusty. What the hell is that? It's very claustrophobic and stuff, isn't it? I mean, look at the ceiling. Like, it's just rotting.
If there is anyone in any of these rooms, we need you to come into the hallway now. If you walk towards me, walk down this hallway, I should be able to hear you. We know that you died here. Our question is, why do you remain here? Huh?
I didn't say anything.
Rob gets a response. Was it a spirit? Or was it the camera operator?
Mick, was that you?
What was that?
The whisper.
No.
Wasn't me, dude.
No, didn't talk.
I didn't even hear anything.
I heard it right here.
No, man, didn't hear a word.
I just heard something, it was a man's voice whispering. Sound like Mick. Sound like something just said your name in my ear.
This is what paranormal experts term an intelligent haunting.
A lot of times they're intelligent. They know they can communicate with you and they know they can respond to you.
A daunting prospect for any ghost hunter.
Well, if you're trying to get my attention, you've got it.
Having heard a disembodied voice, Rob now hears something more ominous.
Footsteps. Keep coming. Just walk right down the hallway. I am looking down an empty hallway and listening to someone walk down it right now. I am officially declaring this the most haunted hallway I've ever been in. The hallway of doom. That is definition spooky.
The hotel is reputedly haunted from top to bottom. Ray and Gaurav head to the basement, where they stumble upon a cord fashioned in a curious way.
Wow. Look at this. I mean, this has come from, this is an electrical wire. This particular place, North Kapunda Hotel, has so much of history of murders, suicides, and whatnot. So this definitely has to be very active.
Gaurav primes the atmosphere with an EMF pump. It emits electromagnetic waves, which paranormal investigators believe provide spirits with the energy to manifest. Gaurav then commences a spirit photography session.
Don't be afraid of us. Please come out and speak with us. We don't mean any harm, any disrespect to you. We're just interested in communicating with you.
Ray hopes to be photobombed by a ghost.
Come on, come forward and join me in a photo. We all like a photo. Oh,
But he brings the session to a sudden halt.
no, the fan came on and made me jump. It's all right, it's all right.
I feel I have captured something on my camera, maybe an apparition.
One of Gaurav's images could be a partially formed apparition. The shape is not apparent in the previous photo or the following shot. Unfortunately, it could also be Ray, out of focus and in front of the camera. So Gaurav is unable to declare it a ghost. Underground, the hotel is a labyrinth of rooms and tunnels. Rob and Alan enter the cellar restaurant, and for a new perspective, Rob has donned an over-the-shoulder camera.
This part would have also been part of what was the brothel in that era. So the bottom of the hotel was a knock shop, as we like to call them in Australia.
A knock shop?
A knock shop. And yeah, local legend has it that the bottom of this pub was red light district, and there were tunnels that used to come from other parts of the mines and things into here. So the miners could come in and do what they had to do and then go up and drink and then head back to the mines.
Wow. Another day at the office.
That's right. This particular room does have a few ghost stories attached to it. One's of a woman and her daughter. She's been seen standing over here, and the woman's standing about here, and the little girl's roughly about here.
Could these alleged ghosts be the mother and daughter from Ian's psychic vision? To find out, Rob sets up a ghost touch motion detector.
If there are any spirits here, if there is anyone here with us, our aim is to communicate with you tonight. We want to meet you, get to know more about you and why you're here. What I've done is I've placed a box on the table here with a wire attached to it. If you touch the wire, even gently, it'll make that sound. And the reason that we would ask you to do that is just so that we know that you're here. So if at any point you want to indicate that you're here, just touch this wire. So with that being said, is there anyone present who wishes to interact with us this evening?
If there is somebody here, maybe you were a miner or even one of the ladies that used to work in here. If you are here and you've just heard what Rob said, please don't be afraid of us. We're not here to hurt you or anything like that. We just want to communicate.
Listen, we're just guests here. If you don't want us here, that's okay. Make it real simple. You want us to... We need you to come on in. Do you hear that? Just as I walked over here, I thought I heard something really faint. No one on the stairs. If you are making the attempt to communicate, we appreciate that. Don't sit there and tell me that you are content to spend every day and night in this pub and not interact with people. I can hear something.
Ooh, you hear that? High-pitched noises? What is that?
That humming?
It's high-pitched, really high-pitched.
I can hear it. Hang on, don't leave me in here.
What the hell is that?
Hello? Who's willing to speak to us?
The supposedly supernatural sounds are overwhelmed by the utility room humming in the night.
This room's just way too noisy.
And the boys are forced to abandon their investigation. But Ray is determined to have a crack at the corridor. With Ian and Raylene along for psychic backup, he ascends the stairs to the first floor.
It's a hot spot at the moment. When I come up for my solo, it was just full on and pretty. I have to say, I was pretty freaked out.
Yeah.
It's almost like a secretive door, isn't it? Because when you look at that like that...
It looks like a
cupboard.
wardrobe. Yeah.
The team spreads out along the corridor.
Guys, can you guys put your voice recorders on the windowsills opposite you?
Raylene takes up position in front of room 12.
If you're here and you can hear my voice, we invite you to communicate with us in whichever way you can. So I pause there. I can see something, sorry, really near you.
What can you see?
I can see a little girl.
The supposed spirit of a frightened little girl has often been reported.
I actually caught a very good EVP of a young girl who said, "Help me." It was very clear. The young girl felt lost and wanting help. It was very sad.
We've had people come in for tours upstairs, and we've actually seen her legs and the top of her little white dress. Quite a few members of the staff have seen the same thing.
There's a man with her, Raylene.
Yeah, that's why the little girl's a little bit scared.
Could the little girl be hiding from the man in black?
Can you try and get him to make a noise?
Yeah, okay, make a noise, come on. I think we've already established something here earlier. I need you, sweetheart. Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah.
What was that?
Whoa, it's at my end. Whoa.
I'm walking towards you, Ray.
Speak, speak, speak. I can hear it.
There's somebody here with you as well, Ray.
Left or right?
To your right.
As they enter room 12, the supposed spirit makes its move.
I feel sick.
Ray! Sit on that bed.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Oh.
Right. Well, why do you feel like this?
I don't know, since I stepped into this room, like around the corner, I felt so physically sick.
Yeah.
The night before this investigation, I didn't sleep. I had terrible nightmares. That can be a warning, being a medium.
Ray steps outside for a breather.
Come back in.
But as he re-enters, Ian has a shocking vision.
Your face is blurring.
Some people believe facial blurring, also known as transmogrification, can indicate someone is under spiritual attack.
You've got somebody with you, dude.
Yeah, you have. You've brought...
Right. Right.
It's all right.
I feel so sick.
No.
Oh. You okay? Do you want to sit on the bed? I don't know.
No, I'm gonna have to get him out. 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 Get him out.
Which hotel ghost has taken a dislike to Ray? Ian believes a nasty spirit has Ray in its sights.
His energy felt very, very negative around me, so I knew I had to do something pretty quickly. Right, I want you to turn around. We need to get you out of this environment really quickly, Ray. Ray was taking on early manifestation of spirit. Spirit came really close to him, which doesn't mean it was a possession. It means that there was drawing him really, really close. And if you're not used to that kind of thing happening to you, you will collapse, you will become faint because it's that they're absorbing your energy. 1, 2, 3. It's all right, he'll feel fine as soon as he gets out of this room.
Ian removes Ray from the site of the attack.
Right, put your shoulders on mine. Lean forward.
At Surveillance Central, team leader Rob sees the drama unfolding.
What the hell is going on?
Go.
You're right, Ray? Ray?
Amongst his other skills, Ian is an ordained exorcist.
Take my healing, right?
As he tries to cleanse Ray, unexplained static emanates from his neck microphone.
No, you can't. We've got to get you out of this environment. You've got to fight it, Ray. You've got to fight it with me. Listen to me.
You can do it.
This is going to be a fight for you, but we've got to get you out. But we're going to get you out because I've got to make sure nothing else happens. Yeah, no. Let's move. We've got to move quick. If I hadn't started doing that, then Ray would have been out for the count.
They clear the hallway, hoping for the best.
It's okay.
But Ray takes a turn for the worse.
Ian.
Just leave him. This is back. Right, you've got to concentrate, Ray. You've just got to think of light, okay? Just think of light. It's about using certain powers that pushes that spirit out. Rather than the spirit battling with you, they'll find it a lot easier to move on. Okay, we can move.
Don't worry about it, jacket.
Supported by his teammates, Ray staggers down the stairs to fresh air.
I got there early enough for Ray, really, to be honest with you. If I'd left it any longer, spirit would have gone within inside his body, and then that's when the problems would have occurred.
Because of Ian's quick response, the crisis is now over. Yet Rob is still concerned for his team member.
Ray, you all right? Why don't you go for a walk back to the
I don't know what just happened there, but I don't know.
Rob is also perplexed.
I don't know what happened tonight. As far as some metaphysical things that happened with people passing out and getting attacked, that's really out of my realm. That's not what I do. I keep it very technical, but Ray seems fine. Off a little bit.
I've never, ever in my lifetime experienced anything like this, ever.
In the wake of this storm of spirit activity, Rob decides the hallway needs further investigation. He wants hard evidence.
What I need you guys to do right now, head upstairs to that hallway and figure out what the hell's going on. Thank you.
You got your camera, Grav?
In the light of Ray's misadventure, this could be a mission fraught with danger.
All right, let's go up, Grav. Let's go check this out, see what we're dealing with.
It's not a very nice energy, and I wouldn't recommend people going up there, to be honest.
But Gaurav and Alan are not intimidated.
Do you want me to go in first?
I'll go first.
You tough.
Entering the creepy corridor, they head to the room that seems to be the center of so much activity.
Room 12. Yeah. Ah, interesting.
As Gaurav sets up his full-spectrum stills camera, Alan confronts what he believes to be a paranormal bully.
I hear you've been a bit nasty to some of my friends. Now you got the heavy hitters in your room.
Who is in this room? If you think you're powerful enough to do something to any sensitive people, you're wrong. Can you do something now?
Bring it on. Here I am. I think they've run away and hid, Grav.
With the room growing quiet, the duo step out into the hall.
Footsteps. Down that way.
Which way?
Behind you.
Are you behind me?
Wee, the f was that?
Alan is adamant he spotted something supernatural.
It looked like the bottom of a dress. Is there a woman in here with me right now?
Anticipating a run-in with the man in black, did Alan actually encounter his supposed victim?
I just saw you. You answering my call. You just kind of was standing half in the door and just kind of backed in the door and disappeared. Black dress, period kind of clothing, I would say probably 1890 kind of era. I've never seen another thing like it before in my life. Make a sound. Prove to me that you exist.
Unfortunately, Alan wasn't armed with his camera.
It's a strange feeling to actually see it, visually see it. For me, though, I still don't have that on video, but I can say that I've actually saw something. This was definitely a ghost. It definitely looked like a real person.
Digital audio recorder in hand, Alan continues the search.
Is someone in room 11? Speak up.
Gorav snaps away in the corridor.
Now's your opportunity to be heard. I want one big sound. Muster up all your energy. Borrow some energy from me.
Can you make us hear you?
What was that?
Yeah?
I've just been asking for, you know, some nice loud noises. Something has been thrown at us.
Yeah.
You know, you got to admit that's a pretty direct response. I asked for a sound and something throws a stone at us.
That's right.
Do you think they're trying to tell us to leave?
Maybe.
Do you think we should leave?
No, we should not leave.
I think you're going to find, whoever's here, that we're just going to stay. And you should come out of hiding and stop playing your little games. What the f?
The fear has been flowing all night at Australia's most haunted pub, the North Kapunda Hotel. Medium Ian Lawman sensed a murder from the past.
I can see I've been pushed down to this bed, and I feel that I've been really, really throttled.
In the hallway to hell, Rob heard phantom footsteps.
I am looking down an empty hallway and listening to someone walk down it right now.
Ian believed a nasty spirit had Ray in its grasp.
No, get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out.
Then compelled it to leave.
Just gotta think of light, okay?
Now the hotel's tenants are getting rowdy.
What the f? That was incredibly loud. It was just this massively loud bang.
It was from
This is like a
from
loud
the roof.
bang.
Did you make that sound?
I've never heard a thing like it before, and I've been doing this for a long time.
Has the team stirred up spirits along with the dust in this decrepit corridor? Before the night ends, Rob, Alan, and Ian take on the hallway one last time.
We need some closure. We need to figure out exactly what's going on. If this thing's trying to deliver a message, let's get the message.
I think there's definitely something evil up in that corridor because we've all been hearing noises this evening. It's not frightened of letting us know it's around there. But you know the most interesting thing? Rayleen's and Ray's recorders should be here somewhere.
When analysed later, the recorders, left running through Ray's ordeal, may provide valuable evidence.
Shall we send Rob down there, do you think? In the spooky room?
You go, big fella.
That sounds like the right place for me.
And I'll stand up right at this end, near the steps.
I think take my friend in room 12.
Yeah. All ready?
Equipment at the ready, the three investigators spread out down the corridor.
Okay, guys, this is where I was positioned before with Ray and Raylene, and I just thought we'd try it again just to see what happens.
Okay. To the man or woman who is in this hallway, or possibly both, and you can't make us run. But if you want to give that a try, please do.
With no apparent response, Rob is ready to wind things up.
Gentlemen, I believe the hallway from hell has claimed its last victim for this evening. If there is anyone here...
Where was that?
It wasn't down here.
Room 11.
Room 11 is where Alan claims he saw the female spirit.
Well, well, well.
Again, she seems to have vanished into the woodwork.
Room 11, that made me jump.
I can think of very few investigations I've done in over 20 years that had this kind of intensity of activity.
Team leader Rob calls it a night.
Ready, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
With dawn approaching, it's finally closing time at the North Kapunda Hotel. Much evidence analysis needs to be done. But after a rough night, team members are united on one matter. They need a drink. Fortunately, they're a stone's throw from the world-famous winemaking region of the Barossa Valley. And at Chateau Tanunda, they enjoy a glass or two, along with a few rounds of croquet.
Welcome to International Croquet Tournament 2013 of Paranormal Investigators. And the game begins.
Using a mallet, the aim of croquet is to pass the ball through a series of hoops with as few swings as possible. But, just like a paranormal investigation, the rules of engagement can get hazy.
Rob, it's not baseball.
Tally-ho for the British.
They need to really focus on what they're doing.
I'm focusing on my wine.
As a guy who likes fine dining and fineness in his life, Rob's bringing this British game into disrepute.
Rob, it's about gentle. It's not golf. Ah!
So we've got thug and lug.
No way. I like that Gaurav is proving that the 70s never go out of style. Gaurav, just real quick, Eric Estrada called, and he wants his outfit back.
Despite the jibes, Gaurav is on his game.
I won. Self-acclaimed winner. There's no referee, I won.
Controversies aside, the ghost hunters toast each other on a game well played. Then get back to the serious work of analysis. To weigh up the evidence, they convene at the old Kapunda courthouse. Ray is the first to take the stand.
On investigation with Raylene and Ian, we decided to investigate a couple of the rooms. On entering room 12, I became very poorly and very unwell, to the point I actually collapsed.
No, get him out, 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 get him out.
He's out.
I've got no explanation why I felt like that, but what I can tell you, I have never, ever, in all my years of investigation, ever collapsed while investigating a building.
What happened is you was taking on spirit, what we call early manifestation. And the energy we could see around you was spirit drawing in really, really close. So I think what had happened, you'd absorbed all that energy from spirit and it just took you clean out.
I mean, all I remember is what you saw there, bending over, feeling quite sick, and then all of a sudden...
The team techies are flummoxed.
I mean, that's crazy. That's one of the more intense things I've ever seen.
I'm just glad you came out all right.
But what supposed spirit took Ray out? The answer may lie in an EVP, or electronic voice phenomenon recording.
This voice recorder of mine was left running. At this stage, everyone had been cleared out of the building.
It's an empty room. It's a female voice.
And to me, it sounds like it says, hate blue eyes.
That's exactly what I believe it says.
Could the man in black's victim, from Ian's psychic vision, have been the spirit that allegedly attacked Ray? His blue eyes reminding her of her murderers?
I have blue eyes, Ian has blue eyes, but it just so happens I was affected.
Although the true nature of Ray's attack remains unknown, it was followed by an inexplicable ruckus.
We're in room 11 in the hallway of hell. Have a listen to this and tell me what you think this is. What the f was that?
It sounds like a gunshot.
It does.
As I entered this room, this was the sound which came just from above me.
Could it have been a residual sound haunting, replaying a past event?
It was a colonial town. There was all kinds of rough justice, that kind of stuff going on. Every possibility that someone was shot in those rooms.
But the holy grail of ghost hunting is visual evidence. Did Gaurav gather any in the hallway to hell?
As you can see, there's nothing in this picture in the corridor. I'll move to the next picture.
Oh, shadow person, right there. End of the hallway, you can see it. Nice catch.
I don't think this is a shadow person. I don't think it's anything paranormal.
So I've taken more than 50 pictures in the same area. None of the picture has the same shadow.
You, I'm sure, can see a humanoid shape. You just don't think it's anything paranormal.
I don't actually see the whole shape that Grav's talking about.
But the team's designated spirit photographer is adamant.
I definitely believe that was an apparition.
And although Alan's protestations cast a shadow of doubt, the verdict is in.
I believe that North Kapunda Hotel is a place that will stay with me for quite some time. It is very haunted and pretty frightening.
North Kapunda Hotel is probably one of the most haunted places I have ever been to.
I'll finish my general summary in one word. It's haunted.
To Island, Sydney. An island with an infamous past. And possibly the final resting place of the Haunting Australia team.
Whoa, what was that?
This is crazy. Haunting Australia, season finale next Tuesday at 11, only on Sci-Fi.